Only some people like the movie. Maybe you have to be a mom to like the movie.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
All right, Max, go. Introduce us.
All right. Welcome to 3 Geeks 5. What are we calling this anything? Nope, no. Just all right, we got an interview. We're here with Lani Sarem and Nicholas. We met at the Columbus.
I'm Lani Sarem. Just in case you were.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing this thing, doing it up in all kinds of media. Hopefully you're able to join us. All right, guys, you're here for Horror Hound weekend here in Columbus. How's that going? Like, what do you?
I can't read it if you swing it around like that.
Are we still promoting the book or
yeah, no, of course, yeah,
okay,
definitely still promoting the book.
Yeah,
Handbook for Mortals. Check it out. Maybe.
Last time we were in Columbus, we didn't have books, so we were asking people to buy something that would exist. Now people can buy it and it exists, and we can sign it for them right there, and they can take it home and start reading it immediately. So
at Horror Hound weekend and read and run into people.
Yeah,
it's true.
Now, like, do you feel like the name of this convention? I mean, it sounds like you're saying Horror Hound the entire time.
I got that was actually a comment from I co-hosted Good Day Columbus today with Sean Ireland, and she kept correcting my pronunciation because I kept saying Horror Hound weekend. And she's like, it's horror.
I got, like a few of my friends were like, oh, what do you? I'm like, can you do this or that or whatever? I'm like, no, I'm gonna be out of town for the Horror Hound convention. And they'd be like, the what? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, we're going to horror.
I'm telling you, like the other version.
I did play a horror on Trailer Park Shark, so it would make sense that I was going to that.
There's more of an H in that type of whore. So you got to get the whore.
Yeah.
See, like that.
But I'm just saying, if they had a whore, if they had like people that played whores, I could go because.
Why am I saying what with such an H?
I'm just saying because I played one in Trailer Park Shark that Horror Hound convention.
But that Horror Hound convention takes place in an actual trailer park.
It's true.
I gotta check that out.
But this is horror, which is completely different.
Completely different.
This is a horror con, but a lot of the cast for American
horror films separately. Although Tara was in Trailer Park Shark as well.
Yep.
That's the next American Pie movie. It's a horror movie. Like they all come back from.
But I think because Horror Hound just had their big, convention or in Cincinnati, and they haven't been in a few years. I think they just decided to kind of change it up a little bit. And like I said, we've all separately done horror movies, and it starts at 4 today. So we haven't, technically nothing's really happened except I only slept 81 minutes on my flight, and then I co-hosted Good Day Columbus.
Nice.
I like how you know how many minutes that you slept.
I only know
81 and a half minutes.
Like that means exactly. Like when you fell asleep, you're like, it is 3:59.
No, it didn't work that way.
Right?
I turned on the second movie on the flight, fell asleep before the studio logo came up. It was like studio logo, and I'm out. And when I woke up, I was like, I pressed the button on the screen, and it said 81 minutes into the movie.
All right,
that's why
all right.
81 minutes.
Fair enough.
I couldn't even do the math to tell you how many, like hour and 21 minutes, because the screen said 81 minutes.
It would be an hour and 21 minutes.
Yes, I realized this.
I thought you had some crazy like superpower. You just wake up and know exactly. Like I've slept for exactly 37 minutes, or whatever.
That would be good. Or if you were just like a robot where you could like press someone and you go, and you like go to sleep and then.
Yes, I'm Math Man. That's my superpower.
How do you guys get involved with each other?
Project. Lani.
Lani.
Yeah.
Phrasing, Jason.
Business partnership.
Yes. Promoting the book.
Lani wrote Handbook
film.
for Mortals as a screenplay 7 years ago, and she sent me the script probably 2014. And you were already starting to adapt it into a book.
Yeah, I'd written the first version as a script, and then in the once you write a script, a lot of times you'll be like, is this any good? Like I feel like it's good, so you kind of like start handing it out to people to read. And I had asked a friend of mine who was a small-time book publisher to read it, and really just to get her opinion, because I wasn't like, oh, should I turn this into a book? And she came back and she's like, oh my god, I love it, but you should turn it into a book. And I was like, oh. So I had started that process, and then I was like, hey Tom.
Yeah, which we were working on a music project, and Lani comes from a long list of experiences in the music industry.
Managing bands.
Yes.
And so I invited him to be a part of a collaborative project I was working on with several different artists. And so we actually were in Louisiana. We were having lunch, and I was just like, hey, I wrote this script, and I kind of think like it could be something special, and I'd love your opinion. Obviously you've read a few scripts in your life, and
one or two.
Yeah, like, maybe you would give me your opinion, or, I was like, maybe you could play a part one day if I ever get to make it. And he's like, oh, I actually really like this. And he had a few notes, and I liked all his notes but one. He hates that I say that, but
we just love to say that you didn't like one of my notes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people just go along with people, especially when they're celebrities, like, oh, I like everything that you said and did. And I think it also shows that I just wasn't agreeing to agree.
Well, and also a lot of people,
as he knows now, I would never do.
Yeah. Also, a lot of times when you give someone notes on their project, if they don't agree with you and they don't want to change those things, then I'm involved in the film. No, because
I wasn't like, so you don't know what you're talking about.
Because the points that I made and made the adjustments, then it sort of, that's how I got involved in the project.
Well, he gave me really good notes. Like, he really did. Like, legit. Yeah, the one I was like, that's lame. But no. Like, he had a valid point, but I just, like, when you're a creative person, everyone's going to have their opinion. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to have something about it that they agree with you or don't agree with you. And at the end of the day, as a creative person, if you yourself are creating something, when someone gives you notes, you have to sort of step back and go, okay, do I agree with them? And, does what their note say, does it resonate with me? And, can I make it better by doing it? Because sometimes people will give you notes, but at the end of the day, it's their opinion. And it might be a valid one, like his other note was valid. But as a creative person, I was like, I don't feel like that fits for me and the project. And, I felt strongly about, sticking to my guns on that one. But the other ones, they were valid. And I thought that by making those adjustments, it made the project better. And that's really one of the hardest things as a creative person to do, because opinion, and no matter what it is that you write about, there are people that don't like Star Wars, there are people that don't like tomatoes. They're like crazy people who don't like right? But I'm just saying,
how are you hearing people who don't like Star Wars, and then your next example who don't like tomatoes?
I just thought I was like, what's as random and different as I could go.
I mean, I like Star Wars, and I don't like tomatoes.
I'm not a fan of tomatoes either.
See, and I love tomatoes.
So that's what I'm saying. You should have gone with the other way. Like, if you don't like Star Wars, then you probably like tomatoes.
I know people that I like Star Wars.
I can correlate. I can agree with that. You can agree with that too. You like Star Wars?
Yeah, don't like tomatoes.
Don't like tomatoes.
I like Star Wars and tomatoes.
Your Star Wars.
We both like Star Wars and tomatoes.
Yeah, I got to talk to you about your Star Wars pose in our last. Just want to let you know that if you're using the Force, you're going to use it forward.
I was confused where the camera was.
You're looking at the camera. You're definitely using the Force.
There's a guy over there.
Which made there was no.
I
will show you this picture. I will show you this picture.
There was 25 people taking. Star Wars. I do like Star Wars. I know how to use the Force.
Not in a direction that will help you in battle.
I beat you.
Somebody's to the side.
Look at this guy over there.
You don't know that there wasn't one there.
I'm showing the photo then.
Practice just in case that guy ends up over there.
We laser.
Lightsaber.
Wow. I'm really tired.
Are you starting to catch my drift here?
We lightsaber battled and I won. He hasn't posted the video yet, but I won.
All right.
I won.
Yeah, you won the laser battle.
If you know what the lightsaber is.
I know it. I'm really tired, apparently.
You weren't tired then. Yeah, here's your the Force to the side.
No, I'm like, look, I'm like this.
It's off there.
It's off to the side.
There was a moving my hand when they took that picture.
No, it's like that in every photo. that was even better. That was even better.
I was trying to look cute.
Like 20 photos. They're all aiming to the side. It was just like a little.
Yeah, it's just another little note. You don't have to like it.
Okay.
You can disagree. Obviously, no one's going to tell you.
Especially when you're laser battling.
Can I use the Force on him now?
Can you? That would be really awesome. I don't want to stop you from doing that because I would just love to see somebody move somebody else in their mind. That would be.
I don't want to be responsible for the store.
Well, I mean, could he sue you for that? I mean, would you be liable just because it happened in your store? Mine zapped into the wall. I don't think so. I mean, legally speaking, how could you have prevented that?
I mean, I'd have to prove that the Force was used in a court of law.
I feel like I could get away with this.
I'd also feel it because I wouldn't be able
to.
No,
Horror Hound might be upset because then you couldn't make your appearance.
I think I'll be okay because I'm here and.
Could I just slap you in the face?
If she goes to look at the DVDs, watch out. That's the sign that's coming.
See, that's what makes it tricky, though. You're looking for it, and then you're like, the Force.
Yes,
you like attack them while they don't even know that you're gonna attack them.
In football, the quarterback will look over here, and he's throwing the ball over there.
That's what I was doing.
See?
As a fake out. I was faking out the Force. It's a fake out with the Force.
Uh-huh. No, that's not a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea. There we go. We'll make the dream work.
Columbus this weekend.
We were discussing whether or not we're going to keep our convention tradition going with an escape game. We actually did an escape game here called Breakout Columbus.
We did.
We only did one game in there though.
Kidnapped.
Yes.
You start out handcuffed.
Actually, the handcuffs.
And this isn't that Horror Hound.
You pay extra for that. You get handcuffed to us. No.
Actually, the handcuffs, the key got stuck when I was unlocking one of our friends, and they actually had to pause the game, use some bolt cutters to get the handcuffs off.
We're like, is this part of the game? But
I feel like yes,
it probably happens in every game, and people are always like, then they feel like they were really cool.
Maybe
use the bolt cutters. They'd be like, I can't. I'm like, hey man, it's an escape game. Like escape. It's not on me to make you escape.
It broke off. Well, we could have just left. No, because then the rest of us couldn't get the handcuffs off because the key was broke off.
I could have.
Yeah, Tom was the only.
Yeah, you'd have to be the hero in that one. I mean, like in my escape game, it's do or die. So it's like. The one key.
I thought it would be cool if there'd be an escape game that wasn't timed. You were just in there till you got out.
Make sure there's enough water in there.
Water, a restroom.
Yeah, if you have a bathroom you can use, does it feel like you're really in an escape room? It's like, wow, they've got all this.
You're like, hey,
can we get a pizza?
You can open an escape room where you can stay there until you escape. Up all.
It's true.
I swear, he signed up to be in the escape room. Yeah.
But you keep. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you have to. You still have to. Once you leave, you're done.
I know it's a real issue. But yeah. All right. So.
A web for mortals called
Did you just say Harry Potter?
No,
website for her.
I said a website. It's actually handbookseries.com. So it's kind of just to be clear, there's handbookseries.com, handbook series, and Instagram. We're Handbook for Mortals. I want to keep you guessing.
It's too long for Twitter, and
yeah, like Thomas Ian Nickel. That's why I went with Tin Band.
And somebody owns Handbook for Mortals website and doesn't use it, but won't give it pay for it.
Right.
They won't.
No, I'm just
They
gonna
just
sit on it. I feel like it's been in the family for a long
And
time
then
now.
we could have done like Handbook for Mortals, and then that's just way too long. So
But then it
yeah,
would
it's a
confuse
book.
people because it's a book.
well, and also too, it will be a series. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. Series works.
Yeah.
It covers it. And on all the media too. So one more time, real quick, they can find you at
handbookseries.com. That's where you can actually from us, but obviously the book is available in stores. We're doing a book signing tomorrow night, and obviously you can come to Horror Hound weekend. And yes, I said horror.
I'm just making sure that the people get
I
it.
didn't say you can come to horror.
No, that's it's not a thing on you. It's just making sure that no one is saying.
Plaza.
Yes.
But yeah, we will have copies of the book on hand as well, and we will both sign it.
Yeah, and it's about a young woman who moves to a magic show. She can do real magic, and the film is obviously centered around that main protagonist. So it'll be starring a woman. Main female protagonist is a woman, directed by a woman, and some of the producers, like myself, are women. So it's a woman-based project, which I feel is really important right now because Hollywood is still being dominated by men. But so it's a kind of cool to get like another female project out there. So
totally. I read the book. A female magic user, but
you know what, I've had guys read it and really like it, that are kind of into like the like if you really like Harry Potter, you really like Practical Magic, that movie. That's kind of I've had some. I did a Ren Faire and actually had a lot of.
See, I think you do well there. Yeah.
I did really well at the Ren Faire, and I had a lot of guys at the Ren Faire buy the book and come back and tell me that they loved it.
Oh yeah, no, it's a solid story, is what I was gonna say. It's like the trappings aren't exactly, like for me personally, there's no Batman in it, so that's already a knock that you had to overcome. Like that's. But no, it is still a solid book, and you should definitely check it out.
As the series goes along, there will be more. Like the second one will have a lot more action. I don't know. I created like you remember in the first Twilight, like there wasn't that much action, but by the third one they're like battling and
army wolves and
vampires. Yeah. So I mean, there's no vampires and wolves, but it definitely will like there'll be more excitement and adventure. And if you want more of that, like
back to the Ren Faire thing, like we actually, I don't know if I should sort of concept of what we
I think what they've been really good to us. So
this is Three Geeks exclusive right
here.
Yeah. Well,
this is why you listen to the podcast.
So Lani went and did a Ren Faire by herself. I was
Age of Chivalry in Las Vegas, a really awesome Ren Faire that happens every year in October if you're in the Vegas area. It's actually what's called a camping Ren Faire. So guilds actually, if you're part, I know this. My nerd is coming out right now.
Please.
So or my geek.
You should feel safe here. So, you're amongst friends.
if you're really into Ren Fairs, you can actually join what's called a guild, and they you can dress up, and some of them have kings and queens, and like during Ren Faire, like you bow and all this, but you can actually camp on site. So when during the festival times, everybody kind of like puts on a show for the mundanes, which is like the normal people that come. And then once the closes down, then it gets a little bit crazier, and it's like parties and stuff. It's really fun. So
that is cool.
if you wanna pretend like it's the olden days, and and dress up and you can learn how to sword battle and all those kind of things. You can, and they're different kinds. So you can join like a pirate guild or anyway.
Nice.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So Lani was talking to other Ren Faire and was asking me if I would want to be involved to go and promote the project and things, because we really felt that was like a real core audience for this book and for the film. And so then we kind of started talking about it, and I of course did A Kid in King Arthur's Court,
right?
Which is basically his last fantasy. So this is like return to fantasy.
And we found that anyone that really likes A Kid in King Arthur's Court, reading Handbook for Mortals, and is looking forward to the film. So the idea was, what if we actually brought, like, I dressed up as Calvin Fuller of Reseda, like in the like baseball uniform, like I've traveled through time
Yes.
to the Ren Faire.
And then
Like-
you come dressed as like, you know, in your Ren Faire garb, and you get a picture with
Calvin Fuller
Oh,
of
yeah.
Reseda, who's just traveled through time.
That's awesome.
That would be awesome. I'm totally down for that. When's the next Ren Fair?
Well, we're talking about possibly doing one in
Arizona
Okay.
Ren
in
Fair.
February or March.
And then we're probably gonna, you know, more because, like I said, you know, we realize that it's a good little, you know, it's a good place for us to promote the project. It's not.
And I may actually, like, if it's a couple of days, then maybe like first day be like Calvin Fuller of Reseda in my baseball uniform, and then the next day, garb like as Calvin does in the film.
Right. Yeah. Just
We
totally
might-
flip over and be
We
like, hey,
might
man,
host a dinner. You know, maybe we do like.
Or like Calvin Fuller brought rock and roll to King Arthur, so I'd bring my band. to
Yeah.
Ren Faire.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That would
We
be
could
great.
watch the movie, and then the band.
Be a
Watch the
whole
movie.
thing.
Could be a
No.
whole thing.
That'd be
Ren Fair
awesome.
We pretty
experience.
much just need to do a King Arthur's Court themed Ren Fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your own
Yes.
Ren Fair.
Act out the the jousting scenes and Belasco, and
You know, I had
we'll
it.
bring Daniel Craig and Kate Winslet back. No, I'm just
Yeah.
I had an idea a few years ago. I wanted to do a Ren Fair, but have modern music, kind of like A Knight's Tale,
Mhm.
like think, but in real life. I
Yeah.
just don't.
I'm down for all these things. Except for the camping. I'm like deathly allergic to camping. That's
Like, how are you allergic to camping?
It's terrible.
The whole going outside.
He's
Yeah,
more of a
the
glamper.
sleeping.
Oh.
The
We'll just
sleeping
get you a-
on the
you
ground.
probably do just.
You could get a glam.
A glam?
You ever
Yeah,
heard of glamping?
No, I've not.
look it
glammed.
up. It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Like if you're allergic to camping and like sleeping on the dirt, then you go glamping.
Mm-hmm.
Get a hotel.
No. Well, no. But it's like really fancy glamping. This isn't exactly it, but there are these people. So a lot of you have to look, you know, Ren Fair like. So they have tents, but one people they built a gypsy wagon, and so it looks really cool. And inside it's like super fancy. So we could just build you a gypsy wagon.
Yeah, I could deal with that.
They do this actually at Glastonbury. Glastonbury has about 250,000 people that stay there for the whole weekend, and pretty pricey. But like, there's people that are in tents, but then there's like these like, you know, I guess modular sort of portable homes that they bring there. So they're not campers, but they might as well be. Like, they're carpeted, like with a bed, like the whole
Yeah,
night.
They actually-
this is what I'm talking about.
they did-
That's-
So
It's like a hotel, but
I could deal with that.
Aegis Chivalry did this actually for the first time. You've only ever been able to camp unless you were part of a guild, and this year they offered it a very limited number of spots, but like a limited number of like glamping spots, and they were the nice like.
see, this is why things like Horror Hound Weekend are good for you, because obviously you live here in Columbus, so you don't have to stay at the hotel, but on Plaza North, so you could stay at the hotel if you're from out of town, and then go to the convention. It's all, you know,
Yeah, that's why I did
essentially in the same building, and not on the dirt outside in a
But-
You
camping site.
see? Like,
But it's like a convention, but you can battle nights.
right. I don't know. Let's see. I want to battle the knights and then like go to a place where I can
You
take
can-
a shower and sleep in a bed.
See, we're more poised for that. Did you see the new thing for Star Wars? It's essentially like a hotel, but you check in and you get your own storyline.
Yes, I heard about this.
Yeah, Disney.
Oh yeah, that's
Disney.
Yeah,
gonna be
you could
awesome.
like laser battle.
Yeah, laser sword,
Laser,
and you can
laser-
force power off to the left.
I tell you, I'm starting a new
These are
thing.
not the light lasers you're looking for.
These are not the droids you're looking for. See, I know what you were saying.
Trailer Park Shark 2. We're gonna get it.
I'm still in talks because
As far as I know, the next shark film that my friend is doing, the Trailer Park Shark, because he does an annual shark movie for Sci-Fi.
I love those.
So I don't know
movies.
if I'm allowed to talk about this, but he'll forgive me. So what he's pitched them and he's writing right now is he's taking all the survivors, 5 or 6 shark movies, and putting us all into a group therapy session for people that are having nightmares about sharks.
Do you tell him that we've pulled people around the country and that Roxy is to come back? Did you tell him that?
Like 1 or 2?
I'm just saying,
you know.
the people want it.
the people do.
The people
like there's
have
2 of us. That means people.
People want Roxy to come back. I'm gonna start the hashtag.
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. There's true. There's like
Can
at
we
least
stop?
13 geeks.
back?
Yeah, we need to start. Let's start a hashtag. Bring Roxy back.
Hashtag bring Roxy back. So yeah, and definitely because Roxy was an important, pivotal part of that movie.
I could be.
Didn't get enough screen time.
I could be the whore in the
group.
Everybody, every group therapy session needs the whore.
Yeah.
But I mean, would Roxy be having nightmares about a shark or about her washer being broken?
Well, nobody ever came to fix the washer, and then it got drowned.
She left to go get it fixed, and she came back, and everyone's gone. Of course, that would cause
Which
nightmares.
is why she wouldn't be in the.
No, I left to get
session
it
for
fixed.
shark nightmares.
No, I got it.
We never saw you face the shark.
Doesn't mean I didn't.
Maybe she floated away in her washer. That was her escape.
You don't know that I didn't fight the shark and win. You just didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean,
that could be. I could be telling my story at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it's like Trailer Park Shark.
Movie.
Trailer Park Shark is the picture, and Roxy stuff is the force power to the left. Like that's all over there. You can't tell what's going on. That's what that is. She's just showing you, hey, Roxy's over there. She survived. The washer didn't make it, but it was done anyway.
See, this is so great. You can't even stop laughing.
Or she could show up and be like, "You still haven't fixed my washer."
Yes.
Well, anyway, it's gonna be like Sharkmare on Elm Street, where we're being attacked by our own actual nightmares of the shark.
All right, I'm down for that too. All right, Trailer Park Shark was fun.
Yeah, so basically just like more like the most ridiculous things that he can think of, and then he pitches them to Simon, and they go, "Great, we love it."
Is the shark gonna have like claws now? Like that would be kind of weird. If they gave him.
I don't think they're gonna make him like Sharky Kruger.
Yeah,
there was a shark octopus. Sharktopus.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And then there was one that was
you're like, there was a shark that was like, yeah, that was good. I'm like,
it was wow.
That one was a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then there was
like
the
Griff's
one.
other one was last year was Atomic Shark.
No, I didn't see Atomic Shark.
Strapped to its back.
I saw Atomic Shark. There's also the ghost one. Remember the ghost shark?
Yeah, that was Griff's as well. Ghost Shark.
Ghost Shark was.
Well, I mean, because like the shark in Trailer Park Shark is electrified.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's an electric eel shark.
Because I electrocuted him.
Yeah,
the power.
But I'm just saying,
the turbine.
When you normally electrocute things, they just die. But this shark is emitting electricity now. Yeah, that was just the most interesting shark thing because I've never thought to put.
That's the craziest stretch that's ever been in a shark movie.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I don't know about you can Sharktopus and electric shark.
Well, we saw that the sharks were actually in some of the hurricanes that were coming. Oh, you didn't see it when this is terrible, obviously, because like the hurricanes.
Yeah, hurricanes actually
eradicated,
We're not making fun of that.
Yeah, but they did show, and there were actually sharks in. The waters being like,
see,
it's true, stranger than fiction.
Couldn't be in your own real shark movie.
I love those sci-fi movies. Have you guys seen Lavalantula? It's the cast of It's the cast of Police Academy fighting huge tarantulas that breathe fire.
New one for me.
The whole cast of Police Academy fighting.
That's pretty cool, though. That is pretty cool.
Tom is never speechless, by the way. Just admitted speechlessness from him.
All right.
We should go watch that now, actually.
For horror.
Not even a sequel.
Lavalantula 2? There's a sequel.
It's actually two Lantula.
That'd be good to see all the Police Academy guys back together.
Oh, yeah.
Are they in both movies?
Yeah. Steve Guttenberg and Michael Winslow are the stars. He's the guy who does the sound effects.
I saw that guy.
Are you
freaking
Googling
Led
this
Zeppelin
right now?
Yeah. No, I'm Googling actual sharks in a real tornado.
I thought you were Googling Lavalantula. Tulantula. That's the best title ever. Hurricane Irma now containing sharks?
Yeah.
No. That's not a thing.
You think it's fake news?
Is it?
Could be.
It could be fake news.
What's the website?
It's in Snoops. It's on Snoops. What does Snoops say?
I think Snoops
is
Snoops.
You mean what does Charlie Brown have to say about it?
Yeah.
What is Charlie Brown and Snoopy?
I mean, I would read Charlie Brown's blog. It's got to be depressing as all get
out. It says false.
Oh, it's false. Okay.
No real sharks and hurricanes.
All right.
But
Nice try.
I'm disappointed.
Nice try.
you know, it's good to dream though. Like maybe one day the hurricanes will be strong enough to push
It's not
sharks.
like, is it really, you know, is life imitating art always?
It does imitate art a lot of times.
I don't know, like maybe if you make it up somehow, we'll put it into the universe to become like a thing. I don't know. We haven't seen Superman yet, so I don't know how true
people that you know you can that's what the secret is. Like you think something, which is why you don't want to think negative thoughts. If you think like bad things are going to happen to me, they will.
Then we're all doomed because we all think negative thoughts at some point or another.
Well, I mean,
well, yeah, but the idea is like but think about it. Those people that are always, and I know someone. We both know this person, and you know, like he likes to get angry when bad things happen to him, and bad things continue to. And he's like, "Why is it always me?" And it's like, well, you always think that it's going to be. So, like you do it.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Like you know, you can attract. So it's not like it's not like you can never think a negative thought, but it's about like projecting. Like if you know, and it's also like you don't think like you don't want to ever think, don't let this happen to me, because that's still thinking about that thought. So if you think like, don't let me get in a car accident, don't let me get in a car accident, you might get in a car accident because you're thinking car accident. So you want to think like, let me always drive safely. It's a positive.
She uses the Force to move.
Oh man, that was it. We saw it happen.
I can use the Force.
It was the right direction. He was pointing and everything.
Yes.
I will thank you guys for the time now.
Yes, on that note, we must end.
Lani uses the Force. Get Handbook for Mortals, so she will use the Force on you.
Yeah, it's proven she can do it. I don't want to see her when she's angry.
Well, thank you guys so much, and thank you for letting me shop in your store.
Oh,
absolutely.
Thank you guys for coming here with Lani Sarem and Thomas E. and Nicholas. Just out here promoting the book, having fun.
Horror Hound.
Horror.
The book off.
Horror Hound.
The horror.
They really need to just
horror.
They need to change that. But anyway, well, yeah, thank you so much, guys, for being on. It's Max and Jason here. We've been your 2 geeks out of 3 geeks, and we'll catch you guys later.
Where's the 3rd geek?
Dan is sick. No, I don't know. We just didn't call him.
Sorry.
Recycle your droids.
Sorry, Dan. Sorry, Dan, that we missed you, but
For sure.